Channel 4 and BBC Television. A funny man in every sense of the word. Please welcome Vic Reeves. Excellent. Now then, I was quite surprised looking back at how many shows you've done. You've done loads now, haven't you? All different sorts.
Lots of different sorts. And how kind of you to invite me on to tell you about them.
Well, you're a welcome guest.
Thank you very much.
I've interviewed you before, but you had your chum Bob Mortimer with you last
In 1992.
Yes.
And you still had very lustrous hair.
Yeah. I don't think so, sadly, even then. No, I was just wondering, obviously you have a big following, but there'll be some people, possibly, who's never seen your TV show or never seen your live show or anything like that. How would you describe your sort of comedy or your sort of performing?
Clive, it's humour. It is very base.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dear Clive,
No.
but I have noticed that you've got very small feet.
Have you?
What size shoe are you?
I'm size 9.
You liar.
I haven't even noticed about the size of my feet.
No one's ever mentioned it before?
They don't mention that.
Cobblers?
No, it's... Cobblers.
Cobblers never mentioned it?
That deserved more than it got. Which is nothing. Now, come on to be abusive to me. I'm sure it has to be the other way around. But now, when you were first started, or back in the sort of late 80s, you were doing shows in, I mentioned in South London, the Albany and places
The Albany
like
Empire, yeah.
You had a very regular, loyal following, didn't you?
People used to come from Hull.
Yes. There's not much to do in Hull, I suppose. No, it's a
Oh, there is.
No, I know. It's a rather attractive city.
It's a lovely place, isn't it?
It is, yes. Been there just the once, but...
Did you enjoy it?
I did, yes.
Did you visit the fisheries?
No, I did a show there, and...
In the fisheries?
No, there were places to go to drink and eat, as I remember, all over the place.
Are you sure about that?
Now, even before then, you were doing artworks, drawings, paintings, all sorts of things. So, and you sort of half went to an art school for a bit.
Yeah.
Because you've got a book out, which
Yes.
has got pictures in it and text and stuff like that.
Have you read it?
I have read it, yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Cover to cover. So this is sun-dried onions. Sun-boiled onions, sorry. Sun-boiled, I only read the first word. But and that has a very sort of...
The first word bored you so rigidly you couldn't bother carrying on.
No. It was excellent all the way through. The word sun. Some very funny pictures in it. Quite a few of them of Elvis Presley. And
Yeah.
I can show the audience a couple of those. That's just... I am Elvis Presley.
From the USA.
From the USA. And there's... I can read that one. That's Hello, Elvis, on your way to the shops, then.
Yeah. And he did.
Yes.
The story goes that he was on his way to the shops and somebody stopped him and stared at him
Yeah.
for 2 hours. And then by the time he got to the shops, they were shut. So he came back and beat him up.
But there's quite a lot of Elvis pictures. Now, is Elvis a particular, idol of yours?
Not in the slightest, no, but I liked the idea of taking the iconography of Elvis Presley and putting him in as if he was, going off to the shops. He was living in Britain and wasn't a big star.
Yes.
And he was, occasionally may have worked down the mines.
Yes. There was one picture of the book I want to look at, which is of the Bee Gees, who are personal guests of mine. Now, that says, hi, I'm Robin Gibb, but that's not Robin Gibb. That's Barry Gibb. I know that. Believe you me, their images are imprinted upon my mind.
Did you really?
So did you just mug that up, or is that a joke that you're...
That's not Robin Gibb, that's Barry Gibb.
That's Barry Gibb. Believe you me, I've sat with them for up to 6 minutes.
I shall now take all the books from the shelves...
Pulp them, yeah.
Pulp them and replace that word.
Yes.
Name.
I just wondered if that was
Robin
meant as a joke, that you couldn't tell the one BG from...
Do you know what it might have been at the time? I can't remember. Can you tell them apart?
I can, yes, because I can tell them from how long they stayed in an interview.
Barry.
Yes. Barry's the one with sort of big hair and the kind of lead singer. Sort of,
with the lovely teeth.
Yes, beautiful teeth.
And aren't they beautiful?
They are, yes.
And lovely hair.
Yes. Morris generally wears a hat and often has a beard.
That's because he's bald.
And Robin is another brother. So
Robin's the one with the very long teeth.
He's quite slim. He's quite slim.
He has long teeth.
When you did an advert for one-to-one, you said you'd like to do a one-to-one with Terry Thomas.
Yeah.
That sort of era of comedy...
well, I do like that era.
Yeah.
And we've just finished doing Randon Hopkirk, where I was wearing a white suit, like the man in the white suit, Alec Guinness.
So the remake of Randall and Hopkirk Deceased.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
So you're playing the deceased detective
And
who
the dead
comes
one,
back to
yeah.
help his partner even after you're dead. Now, why remake that particular programme rather than Starsky and Hutch or Dixon of Dock Green? Or
what a
something?
great idea. No, well, we'll do that next. Dixon of Dock Green as well.
Yeah.
And Ivanhoe even. I could see you as Ivanhoe.
Ivanhoe, fantastic.
Would you ever fancy doing that?
Yes, with a fantastic helmet.
Yeah. He didn't have a helmet, did he?
Oh, didn't he?
He had a felt cap with a feather in it. You may have seen it as a helmet, and that's maybe what you
It's
may
a
call
slang
your...
term for a felt cap.
What? So when you put your trilby on for an autumn jaunt, do you say, I'm just putting my helmet on?
Quite often. I don't often put a trilby on for an autumn
Do
jaunt.
you not?
No.
What kind of a man are you?
Trilbyless. So, all right, so, Ivan, so is this going to be start of a sequence of remakes of 60s and 70s
What,
programs?
by us?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to be the new Batman.
Yeah. Batsman, or you could be, I don't know, James Bond. I could see you as a possible James Bond.
Could you really? Because I have fantasised about that.
Have you? I'm glad to tap it, yes. The other show you did was Shooting Stars, where you seem to sort of humiliate your guests on a regular basis. Were they all in on
It wasn't
it?
an unkind humiliation. We were always the fools.
Well, no, but at the end you got, like, Stephen Fry in a sort of tortoise shell, sort of wandering around and picking things up, or Janet Street Porter trying to get into a fan with a thing on her back, and people having fruit dropped on them. Now, were they all in on that, or did they...
No.
Did anybody ever say, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not...
Richard E. Grant didn't want to get into the barrel and be rolled down onto to knock off... I think he was knocking plums off a plank at the bottom, but he had to get into a barrel and roll down this slope. He didn't want to do that at all.
Yeah. Was it...
But he did. Was
it dangerous? He might have said, hang on a film, I'd get a stuntman to do this. Why am I doing this?
Well, it was incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
That's presumably why he didn't want to do it, but we made him do it.
But was there any sort of...
We had a musket aimed at him.
Yeah. You went on to Families at War, which was a proper BBC One early Saturday evening involving the public.
Too early on Saturday evening.
Too early. It was sort of 5 o'clock, wasn't it? 5:30.
Well, no one was watching it because they were all out.
It's sort of generation game on acid, really, wasn't it? Do you think Bruce Forsyth would be turning in his wig to see that sort of show? But essentially, you've got people who could do things and were doing it in a funny way.
But
so
you get people who can do things, but you try and make them a bit more interesting by having them attack sheds. We had a man who could run for run a long way with weights on his back.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. That was definitely funny.
So he got Leo Sayer to get hold of his back.
Yes.
And sing. But poor old Leo got off the conveyor belt at the end and went flying straight underneath. I thought he was dead.
Well, the poor old guy who could run a long distance with weights on his back, that was his, main interest in life, and there were you mucking around putting Leo Sayer into it.
Yeah, but it made it more exciting, didn't it?
Yes, it did. That was the obvious solution.
And he can entertain by singing his song, and we can see the man running at the same time, so it kills two birds, and almost Leo Sayer. Now,
the other thing I should have asked you about is, are you getting married again? Is that we see the stories in the paper?
It's none of your business.
Isn't it? No, it's all in the papers, and then you seem to have outflanked the media by having you out with your new wife-to-be.
Well, what's going on now, then?
Yeah. But can we confirm that story?
Yes, if you like, yes.
Somebody you met on Randall Hopkirk deceased, so that's...
It is, yes, quite right.
You had a happy crew there, if you're...
Oh, a very happy crew, and even happier now.
Yes. Well, sometimes,
I'm not giving you any more information than that.
All right, OK. Well, let's see if the audience has got any questions for you. Anybody got a question for Vic? Yes, sir. You have to just wait a second.
What was your favourite prize on Shooting Stars? Mine was the snack sock.
Snack sock? I think it was the eye rests, which was 2 ship and crab paste sticks.
Yes.
Pots with sticks or pencils underneath, and when your eyes were tired, you just put them in it and leaned them onto the desk.
Yeah. So a useful prize, not...
Well,
just...
I've always used them, Clive.
Yes.
Especially when driving at night.
Yeah. Any more questions?
How quickly did you get bored of using catchphrases?
Almost instantly. The thing with the catchphrases is you can't contrive one, which we did try once or twice, and you can't contrive a catchphrase.
Yeah. I am a spider.
I am the spider.
Yes. Has that caught on as a catchphrase? Do people...
Yeah, I'm not bored of that yet.
No.
I could quite happily wander around Oxford Street singing I am the spider, but I wouldn't. You've got a catchphrase?
No, I've always tried
Guilty,
to...
Your Honour.
No, I've never been a wet one for catchphrases. I wish I could have one.
I've not got small feet. Where's my helmet?
Yes. That's the one. I'll try that next week when I'm interviewing some Hollywood star or something. Where's my helmet? And the audience go, whoa!
Has anyone seen my helmet?
Yes. Thank you very much, Vic Reeves.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you to my guests, the studio audience, and any of you who have been watching home. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.